ฮิลฮอลต์วูดคือธุรกิจการบริหารที่ดินซึ่งเป็นป่ารกให้มีมูลค่าขึ้นมาโดยมีจุดประสงค์เพื่อช่วยแก้ไขปัญหาสิ่งแวดล้อมและการขาดโอกาสในการทำงานของคนในชุมชนย้อนกลับไปเมื่อปี 1995 คาเรนโลทรอปและสามีไนเจลซื้อที่ดินรกร้าง 85 ไร่ซึ่งตั้งอยู่ในเขตลิงคอล์นเชียร์ทางตะวันออกของสหราชอาณาจักรแล้วมาพัฒนาร่วมกับชุมชนจนกลายเป็นพื้นที่ป่าที่มีความอุดมสมบูรณ์สวยงามและใช้ทรัพยากรได้อย่างมีประสิทธิภาพ Hill Halt Wood เปิดให้คนเข้ามาเที่ยวชมเดินเล่นพักผ่อนได้ทุกวันนอกจากนั้นยังหารายได้ด้วยการรับออกแบบและผลิตอาคารรวมถึงข้าวของที่เน้นการอยู่อาศัยอย่างยั่งยืนมีการรับงานดูแลและตกแต่งพื้นป่าและสวนต่างๆมีการรับจัดงานอีเวนต์รวมทั้งมีคาเฟ่ไว้คอยบริการด้วยในขณะเดียวกัน Hill Halt Wood ก็มีโครงการช่วยเหลือคนในชุมชนที่ขาดโอกาสเช่นโครงการฝึกอบรมทักษะต่างๆเกี่ยวกับการพัฒนาพื้นป่าให้วัยรุ่นอายุ 13-16 ปีที่อาจมีปัญหาในการเข้าเรียนโรงเรียนทั่วไปในปี 2009 เจ้าฟ้าชายชาร์ลส์เคยเสด็จทอดพระเนตรโครงการของ Hill Halt Wood ในฐานะกิจการเพื่อสังคมที่น่าเรียนรู้และเป็นแบบอย่างให้กับกิจการเพื่อสังคมอื่นๆ
How is Hill Halt Wood different from other forest conservation projects?
It's very different because it does actually involve the community. So how does that work? We trade, we go to market to contract. We contract with our local council to carry out all the countryside services. So instead of the council paying for a private organisation to do this, they pay Hill Halt Wood to mow the areas of green conservation, to manage woodlands, to manage forests. We do that very traditionally with woodworkers and foresters, but innovatively we use young people who help us. So we run a school for excluded boys from school. Boys who can no longer access mainstream schooling. They come to Hill Halt Wood for their education and they work alongside us doing work experience and earning some money for us to fulfill the contracts. So this is a very different take on the private business.
I see. So how did you get the communities to go along with what you want to do?
This is a really and key important point for anybody listening who's starting up a social enterprise or an emerging social entrepreneur. The public have got to be involved. And Abraham Lincoln once said that you can trust the people to be on your side and to be able to combat global and national issues if you give them one thing, and that is the truth. If you're open and transparent about what you're going to do with your business, then you can inspire others to come with you. So at Hill Halt Wood, we were a small family living in a caravan in the middle of a wood. Nobody took us seriously at the beginning until we started to show them that seeing is believing. Come, see what we're doing. See how the benefits of what we do, working with the long-term unemployed, working with those with mental health issues, working alongside people who cannot cope, how the change occurs for the betterment of the people living in the community. They win, we win, the learners win. Always seek the win, win, win.
What are the social issues that you intend to address?
Two main areas. One is around the environment and one is around youth and youth employment. So worldwide there is youth employment rising beyond figures we had ever seen before. In the UK particularly, the 16 to 19 group are all finding it very difficult in the recession to get meaningful work. And the education system is changing. And we seem to be fixated on outputs. Let's make sure that 68% have got level 1 English and maths. As a social entrepreneur, I am driven by outcomes. Right. How can I measure the outcome of a young person who for some reason has found themselves to not have a loving home environment, who has not accessed education, who has been in trouble with the law and possibly been in prison? How can we make their short-term awful experiences be a long-term positive effect. So we're tackling that. We're also tackling climate change, and we're looking to making communities resilient. So we are looking to ensuring that the environmental emissions at Hillholt Wood are kept to as near zero as we can. We build with straw, we build with mud, we are off the grid, we use solar panels to generate our electricity, and we harvest our rainwater. So they're the two areas that we're hoping to champion the world.
What is the business model of Hillholt Wood like?
Yes, the business model is very important, you know. The business model in social enterprises is actually no different to the mainstream businesses. Cash is king. You must remember that finance, although it's only one part of your three legs of sustainability, is of the utmost importance. You must have good, robust financial situations in place that can allow you to do your environmental and social. So we trade, we go to market. What have we got to sell? If you have customers, they will want to buy something from yours. So we have an education, we have a small architect and design practice where we take intern architects who are finding it hard to get an internship. And they in turn bring in business. So we go out to market to build in straw, to do renovations, and then our young people are part of our team who manage land. We're land managers. So we manage land for the public sector, for the private sector, and for the community. We also have an events team. So in our woodland, we hold events. We have weddings, we've got confirmations, we have anything that the community need within their family life.
How do you balance the commercial side and the social side of your business?
Very good question. Balancing both of those elements are crucially important, and we have established a business model called benefit stacking. And how the benefit stacking works is that our rates for private companies to hire our wood are much, much higher than the rates that we would charge somebody from the local community. And it was the profits from that inflated rate from those people who can afford it, they benefit stack the social work that we do underneath. So we make sure that we increase our profits with those people who can pay us more, and that benefits the social work that we do underpinning our social environment.
How is business doing today?
It's good, thank you. Yes, it's good. For a small organisation, we turn over 1.2 million. We have been trading since 2002, and we have never failed to make a profit. Wow. We do not have an overdraft, and we have not borrowed any money from the bank. So good business acumen is really important. Sometimes, you know, when you're working as a social entrepreneur, you are so hell-bent on saving the world and saving the planet and saving people that sometimes your heart can forget that your head has to work. So remember that social enterprises, as businesses, keep a hard head on you for your business and finance.
Social enterprise has become a big sector in the United Kingdom. How come social entrepreneurs in the UK are so active?
I think, yes, it's been a real movement. It's really taken off in the last 8 to 10 years. And I think that that's two reasons. One is that there are some very large social enterprises. So there are supermarkets, there are football clubs, there are people managing energy companies, people managing transport companies. There are Jamie Oliver, who's a big, well-known there. There's Divine Chocolate. So they get the media's attention, and therefore it allows those of us in the lower and middle sectors to flourish as well. And I think also too in the UK, those of us who run social enterprises are business people. I'm a businesswoman first, and I do love making profit. And I think that that is really key. I think that too, it's about countries and governments looking at the difference between charities and social enterprises. And I think, if anything, that differentiation is very clear now in the UK.
What would be your advice to other social entrepreneurs?
Well, some advice, first of all, to kick off is to get your community involved and to show your local authorities what an added value you can be. Be serious about your business. By all means, speak with passion about your social and environmental, but be serious about the business. The business has to count. Also, don't be afraid to fail. Failure happens, you know. Just learn from it, get up and go on. And also Elvis Presley once said, you know, a little less action, a little less talk, a little more action. Get up and do.
What do you think will be the future of social enterprise?
Oh, the future of social enterprise, you will see it become far more mainstream. And instead of people saying, social enterprise, what is that? They will be saying, oh yeah, social enterprise. I invest in social enterprise. That is the change we want to see. We want to see it becoming so mainstream that you make a conscious decision. When you spend your pound, you will spend it with the social enterprise to make sure that pound goes further.
2 ตัวอย่างที่น่าสนใจนี้ของกิจการเพื่อสังคมในอังกฤษสะท้อนให้เห็นนะคะว่าธุรกิจเพื่อสังคมเป็นอีกหนึ่งโมเดลหรือว่าอีกหนึ่งรูปแบบของการแก้ไขปัญหาในสังคมที่สามารถจับต้องแล้วก็ทำให้เกิดผลได้จริงไม่ใช่แค่การขายฝันเฉยๆนะคะที่สำคัญที่สุดก็คือว่าผู้ประกอบกิจการเพื่อสังคมจะต้องมีความตั้งใจจริงและมีรูปแบบในการดำเนินธุรกิจที่ได้ประสิทธิภาพจริงๆนะคะเพราะฉะนั้นต้องเอาใจช่วยกิจการเพื่อสังคมในเมืองไทยค่ะให้เติบโตแล้วก็เข้มแข็งเหมือนในสหราชอาณาจักรจะได้ช่วยกันแก้ไขปัญหาของสังคมให้มีน้อยลงแล้วก็ทำให้สังคมน่าอยู่มากยิ่งขึ้นนะคะพบกันใหม่วันเสาร์หน้า 19:30 กับมองเรามองโลกวันนี้สวัสดีค่ะ